Welcome to our FAULHABER Drive Time. In this video, I want to show how to configure the motion controller to use the digital inputs for limit switches. And I'm once again using one of my demo kits here. So this one is having an MC5005, here the SET version, so EtherCAT, the big package here. And I'm having 3 switches to stimulate the digital inputs. And then down here are the LEDs. The 2 red ones are connected to the digital outputs. The green one is for the power. And here are 2 potentiometers for the analog inputs, but we are not using them in this video. So let's switch to the view of the Motion Manager and see how we can configure this. The picture of the demo kit will be available all the time in the right corner. So here is the view of the Motion Manager. The motor is already configured and tuned, and I only have to add the configuration for the limit switches. Before I do that, I want to show you the status display here, a small window that can be used to monitor the motion controller, in that case the I/O status. So up here we do see the 3 digital inputs, so the first one and the second one and the third one. And then here are 2 controls where I could even control the digital outputs, but we are not going to use them here. And then the analog inputs, so the potentiometers that could be monitored here. I usually connect that one on the right side. Configuration of the digital inputs is done using the Drive Functions window. And that's down in the signal management part of the tree here, the configuration tree, and it's the digital I/Os. And here is the inputs. And here I can select the function that these digital inputs should have. So in that case, I want to use the first digital input to be used as the lower limit switch, and the second one, digital in 2, as the upper limit switch. Lower limit switch is to block movements in the negative direction, whereas the upper one is blocking movements in the positive direction. When we hit such a switch, we can still select how to stop the drive, either with a standard ramp or with a quick ramp. In that case, a standard ramp would be sufficient. And of course, I can select the thresholds to be used for the digital inputs. So that's it. I can send the configuration. I might need to save it if I want to have this permanently stored in the driver. And then I can stimulate that. I'm using the motion cockpit here. And let's add the graphical analysis here to watch the movement. In that case, it's position and speed, and start the movement. I'm starting in a positive direction and then stimulate the upper switch, and then it's blocked, and even when I restart the movement, it won't start again. But I can of course move in a negative direction. Until I hit the negative limit switch. What is worth to be noted, when I now move once again in the positive direction and switch off here, the limit switch, even when now switching on the negative limit switch, the drive will stop, because most likely you mixed up your wiring when you're moving in the positive direction and hit the negative limit switch. If you are sure that you are moving in the correct direction, you can now restart the movement and it will move in the positive direction. But it won't move in a negative direction when the negative limit switch is activated. That's what I wanted to tell you about our motion controller, the digital inputs, and using them for limit switches. Please remember to save your settings after the configuration. In the meantime, if you got any questions, as always, don't hesitate to contact our local sales team or our MC support team. And of course, check back with our channel. You might as well leave a comment about what might be the next topics to be presented here. Otherwise, thanks for watching and bye.